Greetings fellow tech seekers, Shawn from Silicon Theory here. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the Fitbit Alta. If you've got the standard Fitbit and you're looking for something with a few more features and a few more accessories, the Alta might be for you. The design is virtually identical and it's got a nice display that gives you a bunch of more information that you might get on the standard Fitbit Flex. So without further ado, here's the theory behind why I like the Fitbit Alta. First up, design. The Fitbit Alta's design is very reminiscent of the Flex model, which, all things being equal, it probably could replace. The tried and true sport band with the module in the middle is something that Fitbit does as well or better than anybody else in the fitness tracker game. The fact that Fitbit has a whole lot of models to choose from both makes it a little bit easier and a little bit harder to decide. A little bit harder because there are different features and price points to consider, not to mention a few other options, and a bit easier because most of their devices share enough similarity that you can be assured you're getting all of the features of the model below it and a few more things. The major difference between the Flex and the Alta is the display. The module that houses all the sensors in the display is a little bit larger on the Alta, which allows it to display more information. And by more, I mean any at all, because the Flex has a small LED window that has 5 dots and that's it. The Alta model is larger than that of the Flex, but the module is gently curved on the backside to match the angle of most wrists. It sits comfortably on my wrist, and when I purchased the large size, and they're both large and small sizes, I believe it's only the size of the band that is actually differentiated. So for someone with smaller wrists, and the small band might fit, but the module might not be very comfortable. I asked a friend to try on mine, and the Alta module seemed a little bit too big for her wrist, and she indicated she probably wouldn't wear it because of that, so something to keep in mind. The rubbery sport style band is likely fine for most people, and you get a few options to choose from stock. There's black, teal, purple, and blue. A quick Amazon search will net you a plethora of options to choose from, ranging from even more colors to different style of bands altogether. I picked up this mesh watch style band and a magnetic clasp to jazz it up a little bit. The number of accessory options is available for the entire Fitbit line is actually one of the biggest design strengths. Next up, features. I acquired the original Fitbit Flex for one primary reason: to be able to track my sleep habits. As a father of 2 small children, let's say my nighttime sleepy habits are a little irregular, and leave it at that. I wanted a way to track how well and how long I was sleeping, and to try and find a way to normalize my sleep habits so I wasn't a zombie or irritable all the time. Since I had to basically give up wearing a watch in favor of the Fitbit, I lost the ability to quickly check my wrist to see things like the time. This proved to be enough of a nuisance that I found myself wishing my Flex would just tell the time, and the Fitbit Alta solves that problem, and then some. It's got all of the features you'd expect from the basic Flex, and goes a step further with the display that shows you the time, total steps taken, total active minutes, distance in miles or kilometers, and the battery level. In particular, the time and battery level are a step up for me, the first solving the only major issue that I'd had with the Flex, and the second solving one of my biggest gripes with it. You have to log into the app itself to be able to check the battery level. Say goodbye to the "your Flex battery level is low" emails that you were getting constantly from them. You can tap the display to get that information much more quickly. The Alta is also advertised as rain, sweat, and shower proof. It can handle a bit of water, but you might not want to take it into the pool with you. I've had the occasional splash when washing my hands, and it's good to know that I don't have to be overly concerned about it dying on me because of that. You can also use some smartwatch features with the Alta and have your text messages, incoming calls, and even calendar events show up on the display if you'd like. I'm only using the text and calling features, and only to display the names of the texter or the caller, because I don't find the size of the display to be more effective for that kind of thing than just to take my phone out of my pocket and check that information anyways. Last up, value. The Fitbit Alta starts at about $129, and considering the Flex is about $99, you'd want to be sure that you're getting more for your $30 before you actually go out and spend it. Inside the box, you'll find the USB charger for the Alta, a dongle for wireless syncing to the laptop or computer if you choose not to use the app on your phone, which is available on both iOS and Android, and a getting started guide. Of course, it's a little bit Spartan, but I think that's the way it's supposed to be. When you want to start tracking your fitness, you want it to be as easy as possible so you don't have any excuses. I think Fitbit's minimalistic approach is fine for me, and probably for most folks who aren't hardcore fitness enthusiasts. And that's the real kicker. Devices like the Alta, and even the Flex for that matter, aren't going to be as accurate as a $400 GPS tracking style watch, but they also don't come with a hefty price tag either, making them a good choice for weekend warriors or those who want to ease themselves into improving their fitness levels. You can fool the Alta's tracking mechanism with arm movements into thinking you've taken more steps than you actually have, but the reality of the situation is this. All these people saying you need 10,000 steps a day don't really mean you need to take 10,000 steps a day. They mean that you should be active daily in an amount of time and distance that's equivalent to the same as if you'd actually taken 10,000 steps. So being able to fool the Alta in the end doesn't really matter. If you want to fool the thing by waving your arms around like a madman, well, you know what? Now you're more active than you were if you weren't trying to fool anything. And that's a win in my book. For the money, if you're in the market to purchase your first fitness tracker, I'd say skip the Flex and go straight to the Alta instead. For your extra $30, you get the ability to tell the time and the date, as well as the battery level, right on your wrist, and for me, that makes the extra money worth it. There are sales and coupons often enough that you can probably find it either at Amazon or Target even a bit cheaper than that, which makes it an even better value. That's ultimately what convinced me to make the switch, and I'm confident I made the right decision. I'm one of the weekend warrior types that I talked about before, and I find that the Alta works best for me. Maybe it will for you too. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Silicon Theory. You can find all of our musings at silicontheory.com. If you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to make sure you get all of the content that we produce. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk tech soon.